Hello everyone, greetings of the day. This is Komal Mathur, a legal intern at Lexis & Company and a law student at Manipal University, Jaipur. I'm glad to have this opportunity to intern with Lexis & Company, which has given me this chance to present in front of you all. So the topic or purpose of today's video presentation is to discuss about capital punishment in India. So the capital punishment of India is death penalty. In India, the death sentence is carried out through hanging or gunshot. In the civilian court system, hanging is a mode of execution according to the Criminal Procedure Code. In a military code, martial system, however, both hanging and gunshot are listed as official methods of death in the Army Act of 1950. According to the study conducted by Delhi's National University, 755 persons have been hanged in India since independence. Prior to Memon's hanging in 2015, Muhammad Afzal, who was accused of organizing the 2001 Parliament attack, was executed on February 8, 2013. Muhammad Ajmal Amir Kasab was hung on November 21, 2012 for his role in 2008 Mumbai terror attack, and Dhananjay Chatterjee was hanged in 2004 for the murder and rape of 14-year-old girl. Before this, one of the most well-known death sentences was the Otto Shankar named Gauri Shankar, a serial killer who was hanged in 1995. The data about India's death penalty varies from one source to the next. Between 1954 and 1963, at least 1,400 inmates were executed, according to the 1967 Law Commission study. However, after the Dhananjay Chatterjee death sentence, it was reported that he was only the 55th person to be hanged since 1947 according to the government figure. This number was estimated to be 755 according to a 2016 study done by NLU Delhi. The disparity in the figure is primarily due to the lack of official figures and the scarcity of publicly available data on death sentences carried out in India. Now let us discuss about the crimes which are punishable by death in India. Aggravated murder, other crimes resulting in death, terrorism related crimes resulting in death, terrorism related cases not resulting in death, rape not resulting in death, kidnapping not resulting in death, drug trafficking not resulting in death, treason, espionage and military offences not resulting in death or resulting in death are among the crimes punishable by death in India. The Bachchan Singh versus State of Punjab rulings are significant in determining whether or not a crime warrants the death punishment. Using, transporting, manufacturing, selling, transferring or testing unlawful weaponry or ammunition, for example, was punishable by death under the Indian Arms Act of 1959. However, in February 2012, the Supreme Court decided that this provision was unconstitutional in view of the decisions in Bachchan Singh versus State of Punjab and Mittu versus State of Punjab. This means that crimes that result in death are only punishable by death if they are fulfilled the rarest of rare criteria established in the Bachchan Singh case. Following the gang rape and murder in 2012, the Supreme Court revised the statute in April 2013 to make it more strict by introducing new categories of crimes involving violence against women and minor girls. This is the first time that such law has come to India and the Parliament has approved it, said the Home Minister Sushil Kumar Shinde. Now, is the death penalty constitutional? According to the Mittu versus State of Punjab ruling, the death sentence is not a necessary punishment for the acts listed above. The death sentence is likewise unconstitutional according to the Supreme Court. According to Section 416 of the CRPC, if a woman sentenced to death is discovered to be pregnant, the High Court must postpone the execution of the sentence and may, if she appropriates, commute the sentence to life imprisonment. The Supreme Court has also ruled that the mental illness is a mitigating factor allowing persons with mental illness to avoid death penalty. Now, what is the process of submitting a mercy petition or apply? A convict's death sentence must first be affirmed by a High Court before he or she can file a mercy petition. The death sentence convict has the option of appealing to the Supreme Court, the law states. If the Supreme Court rejects the appeal or confirms the death sentence, the condemned or his relative may petition the President of India according to Article 72 or the Governor of a state according to Article 161 for mercy. Physical fitness, age, the law being overly harsh or offender being the family's sole breadwinner are all the great grounds for mercy appeals. The President, according to the Article 72 of Constitution, has the authority to pardon, which is based on the notion that every civilized country recognizes and provides for the pardoning power as an act of grace and humanity in the course of law. He or she also awards pardon, reprieves or respites or remissions of punishment as well as suspend, remit or commute the convict sentence according to the articles. Before going to the President, the mercy petition is considered by the Ministry of Home Affairs, which consults the state involved. While outgoing President Pranab Mukherjee turned down 24 mercy requests, his predecessor Pratibha Patil awarded a record of 30 pardons, including some of heinous crimes. President Ramnath Kovind, who took office in July 2017, has rejected at least 2 mercy petitions: Jagat Rai's for burning 7 people alive, 5 of whom were minors, and Akshay's for gang rape in 2012. The governor of state's power are quite comparable to those of the presidents. According to the Article 161, the governor has the authority to grant pardons, reprieves and respites or remissions of punishment, or to suspend, remit or commute the sentence of a person convicted of any offence against any law relating to a matter to which the executive power of the state exempts, or to suspend, remit or commute the sentence of any person convicted of any offence against any law relating to a matter to which the executive power of the state. Dhananjay Chatterjee in 2004 was not the first criminal to be executed after Otto Shankar, as this item has been revised to clarify in 1995. Between 1995 and 2004, according to NLU's Delhi Project 39A, there were few more hangings. So that's it for today. Thank you everyone. Have a nice day.